What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of 1on1Soul. I'm your host for this week, Tyler, lead vocals, keys, chef.
In the kitchen.
Times are hard, you know. Beside me is Jack. He doesn't do anything, he's just here.
I'm the janitorial stuff.
That's right. So, you know, basically nothing.
Or anyway.
bass player on the side, you know, however we can utilize him. But we're here back today with a song that it's one of my earliest inspirations by a band that you know and that you should love because they've got some other great hits.
You heard this coming out of the womb, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, back in when this was coming out, you know, when I was being, you know, baked. But both way, no. But this is a band that you're all well aware of called Foreigner. I'm not doing one of their bigger hits. I'm not doing Cold as Ice or Jukebox Hero. Though
we never really do that anyway.
We don't do that anyway. No.
It's not the channel for that.
Closest we came, I think, was what was the Blue Oyster Cult song with Astronomy, which more of like
that's towards the top, yeah.
Yeah, but even still, it's like Metallica's version is good. So we dabble, we get close, but we never really go there. But the thing about Foreigner is, I'm going to explain this, and then this is going to be funny at the end. Lou Gramm is going to be probably top of one of my vocal influences. If you ever heard me sing, you might be able to pick up on that, of just how chest forward my voice is, how powerful I am. But the song I've picked, this is where it gets funny, the song I've picked, he's not on lead vocals, the guitarist is.
Oh, of course. Yeah. So, it's a perfect choice.
It is. Off of their first album, following Cold as Ice, is a conceptual song about exploring the galaxy called Starrider.
Wow.
It is. It's one of my first influences of like concept song, and it's a very loose concept. It's not just like this big epic that's been, you know. It's very loosely, you know, done compared to the rest of the album. I would even say, with the guitarist on lead vocals. So there's definitely some parts where you gotta love the harmonies and stuff like that and the way that they are. But there's something about this song that just speaks to me. In terms of inspiration, very deeply so.
The innate desire to be an astronaut.
It's probably that. Yeah. Following Blue Oyster Cult Astronomy, I'm giving Starrider, and then, you know, later on I'm gonna give you one like, you know, the depths of our salvation, and really throw you for a loop by some band that I've got to discover or make. You never know. But with that said, I think I've introduced this track sufficiently enough.
I feel like I know it inside and out.
Well, you're about to, you know, so without further ado, here is Foreigner, Starrider. Very pretty intro. Great use of the...
Oh, Jethro Tull feature?
Yep, great use of that, yeah. Gotta love it.
Nice little touch, yeah.
Dramatics. And then...
I stole a ride on a passing star, not knowing where I was going, how near or how far.
It's just beautiful.
Through years of light, lands of future and past, until the heavenly gates were silent.
Not the sounds I usually associate with space.
Yeah, it is very true. That's part of the other reason I really like it. It's got its moments, but yeah, you listen to this and you're thinking, oh, they didn't make it like the Cosmos, it's just a good story. And then here comes the incredible chorus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Great subtle use of synth in here as well.
Show me where you are.
And we're back.
Northern lights flashed by, and then they were gone. as old stars would die, so the new ones were born. And ever on I sail,
Love that lyric.
celestial ways, and in the light of my years shone the rest of my days.
Now we're about to get a peek of Mr. Other Guy here.
Speed increasing, all control is in the hands of
That's
those
the
who
guitar?
know.
No,
That's the lead singer.
this
Okay.
is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To one day be Starrider.
Straight into this beautiful feature. But yeah, no, that was Lou Graham, who normally sings.
Starrider, show me where you are. Starrider,
Never get tired of that synth line.
take me to the stars.
Here we're moving sections. Not a good classic rock song, but that's yeah.
Speed increasing, all control is in the hands of those who know.
Some good little studio
Will
trick.
they
Yeah.
help us grow to one day be
And we are fading down and out.
That's pretty sick. Yeah.
That is a lovely track. Again, like you said, not one that's really crafted to be what you would think of when you think of space song.
Yeah.
But it just uses all of its elements well. It, of course, has the studio psychedelic trickery to kind of give you space effects out of what they've done, really playing with the music that they've made, which I think is a much better choice than maybe trying to go in and create a space epic,
Yeah.
you know, if you just have a really good story to tell.
Oh yeah, because like, yeah, when it starts is like a woodwind instrument, then an acoustic
Yeah.
guitar, and then like a harpsichord.
Right.
And the bass reminded me of the bass in Castle Walls by Styx, like the same type of tone.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that's like a medieval
Right.
motif or whatever. So I'm like, oh, this feels so like classical and,
Right.
and medieval and King Arthur-y,
Right.
but it's about space.
It
So
is.
it's
It is.
But
Good.
you know, you're exactly right that not everything has to be all modulations and
Right.
flying around and stuff to be. If you've got the story to back
Right.
it up, you know, because
Right.
that is like the most important part, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, me as the lyricist as well.
Yeah.
This story that the writer of it, who's the guitarist, who I believe his name is Mick Jones, he's the one that kind of wrote a lot of like behind the scenes stuff for
Oh,
Foreigner.
okay.
He kind of came up with the main motif of Cold as Ice on the piano in a studio
Oh,
one night. I
nice.
think in a rehearsal room. Can't remember exactly, but I know he kind of came up with the basic shape of it. So he did a lot of like the behind the scenes writing to deliver. And so, but this is one that he was much more involved in, of course, because he sang it.
Yeah.
And he writes so many lyrics that are about the journey, but they make you question whether the journey is conceptually through the stars or, you know, in real life, his journey as he's going through.
Yeah.
And I love that when there's two different meanings where if you want a space epic, you got it. But if you want to kind of bask in sadness real quick or really get emotional about your own journey in life, you've got that too.
Yeah, no, that's because we obviously both listen to and talk about concept albums a lot. No, and I
no.
know, right? And a lot of my favorites are kind of from the opposite perspective, where like the story, like the lyrics and the story are like very like literal and like it's an actual story.
Right.
But then you can take like the themes and the ideas and like extrapolate them to other stuff. And that's usually like the type of concept album I prefer.
Big
but,
word in there too. I like
of course, yeah. But this kind of not like less specific, less like plot driven or whatever type
Yeah.
of concept storytelling is. I also love it too, because you're right that the whole kind of vagueness of it really lets your mind wander to whatever
Yeah.
you want it to, and And in a lot of ways, kind of being untethered from like a plot, like I said, can help you get a little more experimental in what you're thinking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, concept albums are just
right.
Concept
Especially though when it's a concept song that's kind of like a hidden gem nestled into like Cold as Ice, and then other great songs off of this album, like Feels Like the First Time. Actually, the track order goes Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice, and then this one. This is number 3. So you get 2 heavy hitters and then a departure right out the gate. But then on this album as well, you've got Head Knocker, you've got Long, Long Way From Home. You know, there's a whole lot of just anthem songs off of this album, which is incredible as their debut. Yeah. And this one's such a nestled gem in there that, you know, may not be the radio single, but for people who pick up the album, they're still in for something that's incredible nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a very, very enjoyable listen. I'm not a huge Foreigner guy, but I love diving into these kind of hidden gem stuff. Probably gonna make me appreciate them a little more.
Yeah. Maybe this is the musician in us, but you know, I feel like the hidden gems are really what's appealing about finding a band.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. If you agree with me out there, right down there in the comments, because I don't think I'm alone in that. But I you know, that's my kind of little conspiracy that I'd like to be wrong about. That as musicians, we kind of look for those that maybe people don't pick up, but that tell that story. Music for musicians, maybe is a way to say it.
Yeah. But, and that's, you know, there's probably also a little bit of the hipster, like, we like the stuff that, you know, you don't know about this. Only I know about how cool this is.
That's right.
But that's okay, you know.
That's all right. If nobody else will love it, I will.
Exactly.
You know, But again, prove me wrong in the comments. You know, I do want to be wrong about that. And with that said, I think that'll do it, unless you got any revelations to say it here at the end.
No, I didn't bring my Bible with me.
Gotcha.
No Genesis, no Revelations.
You gotta start doing that.
I know.
Walking around unbibled. Jeez, God. Well, with that said, thanks for tagging along with this episode. If you like what you heard, you know, Jack did mention that we have some other episodes out on YouTube. Maybe a Styx song that, you know, called Castle Walls. So if you like this one, go check out that one and some other episodes. If you like what you hear but want to hear the song without us yammering over top of it, we've got a Spotify playlist linked on our Spotify that we made that has all of the songs that we've ever talked about in this series. So go hit that up and, you know, see if a song catches your eye that you're like, oh, they made an episode on that?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. Or you
Find something new.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that song. Man, I gotta avoid these guys like the plague. So, yeah, go check us out. Go check the rest of the series out. And with that, we'll see you next time, next week.
Thanks
Peace.